Aloha. My name is Mr. Hand. I'm just cleaning my desk and I got some new lighting here. My name is Mr. Hand. Hi, Deshaun. Hi, Baboosh. Bushman. I got these signs here because people click on and they have no idea. They just click on, maybe they like Perfume, and we're just a tight-knit group. I don't want them to go away. You know, I want to get some people from China, Russia, all over. And, you know, if they don't know me or you guys, they'll probably just tune in and, holy cow, 17. They just, you know. So that's why you got to have bottles out, right? So, because people will see. But if I just turned it on to nothing and cleaned my desk, you guys would just talk amongst yourselves, that kind of thing, you know. So we'll see what happens, because there's people like click on from God knows where. So, and I'm on wireless. Hi, Dushan. Hi, Dropout. Hi, Baboosh. Good day, mate. Another thing I'm curious about is how the summer's going. I know in Europe, there's no summer. It's just kind of cold, especially in England. Sometimes I look at the temperatures. How's, that's what we say here in Hawaii, the summer climate going where you live. I mean, someone from Russia. But welcome everybody. I'm just cleaning my desk. Chanel today, very nice. My favorite perfume in my entirety of my life. Jason, hello. Mr. Buchanan. The summer's going good. I mean, what's the climate like? The temperatures, is it overly hot? Is it, summer hasn't reached you yet, like northern England? It's yet to arrive. Is it cold? Is it rainy? That kind of thing. Here, it just started getting hot where I live in Hawaii. It just started, but it's not bad at all. It's really bad and unbearable where I live, starting, if you can believe it, September. And sometimes most of October. It's the wind shut down and it's humid and the air doesn't move. So, Dushan, you've been saying that for, hi, Rizzard. Rizzard, how's the climate and the temperatures in Poland? Is it regular season, or is it just cold, or is it overly hot? Just started to get a little hot here, but it's been cool. 30 Celsius, that's what's that in real numbers? That's hot, right? Hello, Marie. Hello, young lady. It's humid from your ripping butt biscuits. Well, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I got a lot of synonyms for that. Ripping asteroids. Make sure I say hi to everyone. Mama Marie, let us know what kind of perfumes you like, because this is a perfume channel. And I was thinking about this. X Factor perfumes. X Factor. Do you know what I mean by that? You know. Yeah, see? It shouldn't be cold. How are your summer temps? Where are you from? So, anyway, Mama Maria, don't go anywhere. Tell us where you're from. Mamma Mia, and I'm also testing out some lighting. And I got vertical because it takes up less bandwidth and it goes. So, Toval-san, welcome. Very nice. Chanel number 5. EDP? EDP. Tell us which one, please. Babouche, Egoist. Babouche is well into his day tomorrow. What do you got there? Like, it's winter down under. What do you got there? Like winds and rain? I mean, you don't have summer. Toval-san, EDP, Chanel number 5. Maybe the greatest perfume ever made. Hey Barry, what's up? VR headset. I ate 5 homeless people because I had watermelon today. I had it. I help a friend and she gets food and I have to prepare it for her and cut it up. But the watermelon has been extra delish these days. Let us know what kind of perfumes you like if you were just joining in and or just here to talk with people around the world. I can take it. X Factor perfumes. Do you know what I mean by X Factor perfumes? It has an effect that you can't explain. Okay, so amongst us, all right, this is not news, but you know, amongst the normies, Coromandel, it definitely has an X Factor. Something like Dior own Perfume definitely has an X Factor. Like a phenomenon you cannot explain. Here's a designer. Here's another designer. This has an X Factor. Labo Essence de Parfum. For like these two, you know it's an X Factor because if you ever are wearing it and you go to see some friends or your partner, they have a face on them and then their face like, and they're like, what is that? That's X Factor. I would say this is my biggest X Factor. You all talk about amouage, but you can talk to about the whole line until you're blue in the face. But if you have not worn Opus 6, you're missing out. So that's old school Fragcom. This is there's this stuff in here that it just stops women in their tracks. And even if they don't know you, they say, "Excuse me, what cologne are you wearing?" And that's Sauvage EDP. So, Shakana. My pheromones usually react to scents like obsession. I got obsession. And I think I know what you mean. Antonio. Hey, Tony. Hold on. I got to get this guy's name from Brooklyn right. Now, Antonio, you're probably from Italia, right? Malin Conico. Malin Sonico. Very blue VR headset. Bad. Hello, Mason. Welcome. Welcome, Perfume Snobs. I'm just here cleaning my desk. And just a light topic of X Factor perfumes. So, my Opus 6 up there. Some Opus, X Factors. But how is your summer going in terms of where you live and the temperatures? Are they unseasonably warm or is it cold still? And welcome everyone. Let me know if you're from East Asia, Eurasia, Oceania, or here in North America and up late. Dushan, one more smart comment and I'm going to find out how to work this and give you a strike or try to get someone as a moderator. Where is Eugene? He should be home from work. Eugene can chime in. Hold on. Let us know what you're doing. Dushan, you start your vacation tomorrow. Let us know where you're going. You're just going local up to the mountain house, or are you going to another country? Well, it's gonna and you're gonna wear something after a while, and you're gonna have thoughts about it that are totally different from smelling it out of the bottle and on a card. You have to wear it, and you have to experience if you like it or if your skin likes it or not. So, yeah, I know what you mean. We all know what you mean. And that is the scent Sable. Who makes Sable? Chicana, let us know what continent you're from. And Antonio, are you from Europe? Melansonico. Mason, if you're still here, let us know what continent you're from. So, what is the X factor in this Coromandel, if I was asked? Well, I think it's the very friendly, enticing patchouli and white chocolate, if you had to ask me. And it really has a huge opening. Even if you spray a little micro spray and you're in the office, people are going to be from 25 feet around. What is that? Or did someone just spray some perfume? And it has an enormous blast and projection in the opening. And I don't think most people have smelled anything like it. And it's not challenging, but it's just a great high-class perfume, in my opinion. This, I think, it's overly too sweet, but there's something in here. Maybe it's the cardamom that's so friendly, but it's the suede. This gets women's head turning, and I'm saying this from experience, like from at work in the office. I've gotten reactions from my coworkers from this, and you know, she was a pretty cool girl, and she smelled pretty good herself. And the same thing with this. I've had people, they all knew me as wearing fragrance every day, but then some people would never say anything. And then I wore this, and the person would come up, that's nice. What is that? Oh, that's different. And yeah, huge dark X factor. Even though it's irisy, it's still very masculine, in my opinion. And that is Dior Perfume. We're from the continental United States. Toval Sun, thank you for letting me know. Dushan, one more smart remark. Let's go to Toronto. If I go to Toronto, I'm gonna sleep on someone's couch, go to hockey games, and go to Perfume. I don't care about getting a hotel. You know, that kind of action. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water, some cold water, because it's hot. I'm just testing this light out here. It seems to be working. I don't have the usual lighting, but I'll be right back. But you new guys here, I really appreciate it. That's X Factor, and welcome. And I'm looking for people from East Asia today, East Asia, and maybe more from Oceania. Drop out. I'll be right back. try to think of one bottle or one perfume in your collection that you know is an X factor. No, I'm not necessarily asking you your favorite one, but you know, one that just you can't explain it, and it's unexplainable, but it gets reaction and results from yourself and from other people around you. So for everyone, the satisfaction. China. Anybody from China? Dude. Yeah, dude. Slip the rent money under the door. How you doing? Welcome. You know, I'm sorry, I have not sprayed or put YSL myself on. Is that the first one that came out, or was it YSL yourself? I think I might have smelled that, but myself I have not tried. Anybody have smelled that? Please give the dude who was good enough to come out from Lurkin a question. So I do not know that release from YSL. I'm sorry. Why is it Juby 25? Besides that, it's, you know, yeah, it's got a lot going for it. Yeah, I'll take that answer. Vintage Encounter versus. What's up, Mr. Summer? Is this Summer? It is a. It is. It was one of those releases. It's not that great, but it is. I don't know how many J'adore Summers came out, but I just picked it up because I liked the way it looked and I wanted a J'adore. Because who would want a bottle that that looks like this? And I love the J'adore bottles. Thanks for asking. Bitchin', where are you from? What continent? Let us know, and thank you for being here. See, I'm reading off the laptop here. X Factor, Dushan says another Amouage Jubilee. This is Opus 6 in the library collection. It's a tester. I mean, it doesn't even tell you how many mils this is. That's cool. This is kind of thin, but spray this with intent. I mean, if you have an occasion, if you spray to go to work, wow, just lightly. It's very strong, but it's not that challenging. It smells great, but it's a beast. And I bet this is the best Opus out there. That's what makes me think of the word X Factor. But Pradeep, my friend, knows what X Factor is. I mean, and I appreciate that. X Factor is just like it is, and it seems. So it's not an objective thing. Summer, you're from Russia? I'm gonna write your name down. I think that was the first guy from Russia I've gotten on here. Thank you for coming in from Russia. Moscow. That's what I was looking for. Somebody from East Asia. What do I think? A comet? Yeah. I think the world of Comet, and I can't wait till the day I'm lucky enough to get it. So if it was a couple of years ago and I was in that mode of journey, I would already have it now. Hell, I'd have a backup of it already. So I really like it, and I worn it. I did some big sprays off the tester bottle in the boutique, and I liked it right off. And then I was walking out the door, and she gave me this. So I think I know it a little bit by now. So I love it. I mean, I really love it. So thanks for asking. Bitchin', someone's from Russia. He's from Moscow. He's from St. Petersburg. I'm very happy about that. Thank you. Let us know what else you have in mind in terms of next purchases. So, this is spray lots and oh, it's not that great, but I like the I don't know, I like the colors of this bottle. And yep, definitely a daytime floral dress wear for Dior lover girls. Yep, floral fruity. You're from St. Petersburg. I like to guess sometimes. Really? What's the temperature there these days? Is it very pleasant, or it's been very cold so far this summer? Who likes all the above? She likes. Hey, Germs. Germs. Did you just get off of work? Oh, I would like to have a beer now that I see that, but this water will be fine. Germs. X Factor. And I'm trying to get people from China, East Asia, and I managed to get one from Russia already, so I'm very happy. Oh, Dropout, what's Christina's favorite scent? Dropout, High School Dropout, what's Christina's favorite scent on you? All of the above, the X Factors. With pearl effect, the pearl necklace effect. I don't know anything about Iron Maiden. My ex brother-in-law loved them, but I knew a little bit. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. St. Petersburg. I was just listening to a song that you know the Rolling Stones, "Sympathy for the Devil" in St. Petersburg is in that song. So the troubadours. I lay traps for troubadours who get killed before they leave Bombay. So anyway, I'm cleaning my desk. Put these back. Anybody out there have a bottle of Comet? Let us know. I guess that'd be great. And let us know your temperatures so far this summer. Hello, spaced out, my friend. Germs, it's his day off. I bet Germs works like 6, 7 days a week. I need to try Rose 31. I've sniffed that. I mean, I've never worn it, but I've sniffed it and maybe sprayed it on a card. If I like Terre d'Hermes and Ombre Nuit, it's a gem. Yeah. Did the Labo prices go up straight like a moonshot, like Chanel, or did they go up just a little bit? What's the name of St. Petersburg now, or is St. Petersburg the original name in Russia? Dushan? 19. What is that, like 70 degrees, 72 degrees? You know, I've heard so much about Lyric Man, I think I've sniffed it. That's definitely an X Factor perfume, I would say. I mean, that's a nuclear bomb, isn't it? Is it as nuclear as the blue beast? What's Lyric Man? Is that Rose? Germs, what do you think? A kind of a dud ending to the Stanley Cup. If Edmonton won, it would have been big from for Canada. Would have been big, you know, of course, for Alberta. Would have been good for Gretzky. I'm sure he was there. But when Florida wins hockey, no one hears anything. So it had potential with the Rangers. If you have a New York if you have the New York sector in there, it's good. That's the 1740, isn't that the that's the leather? What's it called? Yeah, 1740 is I can't think of the guy's name. The Marquis de Sade. Yeah, I finally tried that. Boy, it's a really good juice. I cannot make friends with that one yet. There's something in there, but it is a really good. It's a really good leather. Helmut Lang EDP. I never tried that, but I heard of it. Muscat Vajor. Muscat Vajor is definitely would be in there as an X Factor perfume, especially I mean, the real juice where they say, you know, it's animalic. I have yet to experience the musk in it. Here, Romania, I think the Labo prices stayed the same. I had the money, I would have the whole collection. That's right. You like Labo right now, huh? You're in the Labos. You've liked them for a couple of weeks. I enjoy wearing them. No, it's not. Was Leningrad. Okay. So that's what I thought. Thanks, Dushan. But you know, it goes back and forth. Which one is the old one? Which one's the new one? So. Wait a minute. Then what's Stalingrad, where they defended? Is Stalingrad a total different city, and it's still named Stalingrad? Sorry about it. Keep on asking questions, Jushan, but I see movies and I read a little bit about Stalingrad and how they stayed alive. Lyric Man is more feminine Rose than Lyric Woman. See, you guys are more on Rose than I am. So you guys are lovers of Rose. I mean, it's safe to say that. You guys are all. I like Rose. I don't love it. Marquise de Sade, yes. I like. You know, I wore my 1725 HDP about 2 weeks ago, and it was probably my best wear. I don't have the bottle. I just have I had two nice decants from that perfume service that they'd send you a decant every month. That was a girl. It was a present, and I really loved it. So I bet I would like the Barbar, Invasion Barbar. Yeah. So I liked my 1725 better than the 1740 sample. But no, the 1740 is great. I remember when I used to talk to Pep in the beginning. That was one of his favorite because he was a leather guy. He probably still is, but it was one of his favorites. Was the Marquise de Sade. Yep, and then you got Bushman chiming in. Must be a Melbourne thing. Must be a Melbourne thing. So the Volga, the Volga. Yeah, the Volga is the river. Ever see that movie Sense and Sensibility? That little girl's hiding underneath the table, and the guy from Four Weddings and a Funeral. What's his name? He's trying to kind of get her out, and she likes maps, and they're talking about the Nile and the river that runs through London, and they said, no, that's the Volga, and then she goes, the Volga, the Volga. TK, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. What are you doing? Eating that ramen? Still available on Girlland USA website, despite being a limited edition. Same to Germs. I just sampled Platine Privé. I have not smelled that. I bet it's cool. And really liked it. Aha. What's distinctive of the Platine? The Volga. Right now. BobbyDior, where are you from? Tell a bit more about yourself. I grew up in New York, so that's why I'm a rascal. Uh, and the more I know you, the more I'll be a pain in the ass to you. But I moved to Hawaii here because I didn't expect to, but my mom didn't move back to Japan after she got divorced in New York to my dad a long time ago. So she got a job here in Hawaii. I was a long time ago in the 90s. So I started coming. So I ended up here. It's just me and my mom. But I was born in Tokyo and then moved to New York, Long Island or Queens, probably before I was 2 years old. They, they can't give me an exact date, but I have samurai blood on my dad's side, and my mom is a true Edoite. She's a true Tokyo girl. I mean, in the center of Tokyo. And my dad passed away a long time ago. He was from Kobe, and his dream was to come to America after he met some U.S. Army soldiers, I guess in 1945 or 46. And one of the U.S. GIs, he said it was a black guy, GI. He handed my dad a Coke, maybe a hamburger. He tasted those. Then once my dad was a kid back then, so it was about 45, right? 46. My dad was born. I mean, he was like maybe 13 years old, 14. He tasted the Coke or ate the hamburger. He's never had anything that good. And he said, "I'm going to America." So that's why my dad moved across continents to America. Sometimes I think these days, very recently, maybe not now, but a little later, as I get really old, I'll return to Japan and just just end where I began. So I was kind of thinking that. My mom's got a big family in Tokyo. Platine reminded me of the cologne, but felt slightly less transparent to me, just slightly. I don't think I've smelled any of those Shalimar derivatives of the last couple of years. Um, Pradeep would be the one to ask about that, and he's good about them. He doesn't hate or love uh, that easily. I have a cousin named Bobby who's also Japanese and also lived in Hawaii. Yeah, right. Technicolor in Hermes is here. If you're new here, this is a perfume channel, and thank you. Don't get scared away by these characters. If you have any perfume questions, they'll answer them. Yeah, and I'm a designer lover, so I love designers, and they're my favorite. When I say designers, I love Dior and Chanel. They're designers. They make clothes and shoes. They don't make any money off of perfume compared to them. But I think they make the best. They know what people like. They know what people like. So the highfalutin stuff, I like a little of that. I think Guerlain is niche, right? They're originally niche, and I think they're niche now, even though they make lipstick and stuff like that, and they have a department store line, but all they have done is perfume. So Guerlain is niche in my book, but I like their designer stuff too. I'd like to smell Platine. Dushan, stop scaring people away, okay? You scared the Russian guy away, the guy from St. Petersburg, because I thought it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and administered ministers. Anastasia died and screamed in vain. Rode a tank in a general's rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank. Shouted out, "Who killed the Kennedys?" Niche is the name of my city. Yeah, like we believe that. Where's that? How far is that from Belgrade? Scared Russian, never heard of that. Get him back. What about somebody from China? Do you think they got guys that like that are perfume snobs there? Usually it's just the upper class women who just want to get Chanel and Dior and stuff, right? I want to meet a perfume niche head from China. He would have to be very, very well off. TKH says, I recently smelled Souffle de Parfum Magnificent, Shalimar Millesime Iris. Yeah, that's the one. I also want to smell that one. Pradeep said, excuse me for interrupting. He said that was you just mix the two together. You what was the two that he said? Tonka Imperial and Shalimar. So Shalimar and maybe Iris Torrefe or Shalimar and Tonka Imperial. Shalimar Millesime Iris is very good. I believe it. Favorite Guerlain has to be Montguerlain extract though. Extract. Holy cow. Little dabble do you. Don't put that stuff in a sprayer and spray it. Just take the extracts and just touch it to your skin like they're supposed to be. Rich, I do not agree with what you do with some of the extracts, and I know you're listening. Don't transfer them to an atomizer. Just pretend like you're in 1930 or something and dab that stuff on skin. The book was written by Luca Turin. No, I was singing the song from the Rolling Stones, Sympathy for the Devil. But yeah, we know the book by Luca Turin. I got to read through that one day. I got to read through that. Um, what's the name of that book that he has? But when that came out, that was fun listening to people read that. Have them roast some sense. How's my battery power? See, I told you. Less than 3 hours from Belgrade. You live in the country, yeah? No samples. I'm done with my journey. I know which ones I want, maybe one or two or three, and I'm done. I just want to spray and enjoy. But it keeps on dragging me in, right? So, no more sample. I know there's stuff that's great out there, but I found my jewels, and I just want to enjoy them. And can't keep on testing. I don't want to smell no more. Just want to, then Comet comes out, and I know I definitely want Comet. So I'm saving my nickels. Right now, I'm talking to Bloomingdale's, and because I get my credit card money points, and I choose Bloomingdale's, but then Chanel took out their Les Exclusive line. You know, Chanel is just so, they backed out of Neiman Marcus, they back out of the duty free, and they took their Les Exclusives from a lot of places, so they can't get it anymore. So I said, listen, I really want to use these points to, you know, 50 bucks, 75, $100 in points, so I could shave that 500 down to a more agreeable price. Can you get it for me? So that was like a couple of days ago. She's going to get back to me, and she's typing away in the computer. I need the UPC code, and I just said, send me a text message. So, or else I'm just going to have to go to Chanel and just, you know, I love the service that I get, but I have to pay $500, 500 plus tax. And I have the money, but I just don't make the money right now due to what happened 4 years ago. So, and just, you know, I guess I'm too responsible. I don't, you know, so I'm going to wait. And then I'm not going to get the small one because that's ridiculous. You're going to go through Comet fast, in my opinion. I bet Pradeep's already going through that. He's going to be 50% through there before he wants to know it. So you got to get the 200 mil, in my opinion, and you have to pay the 500. Hi, Dev. Yeah, the devil. He's up and walking around at this very moment now. We're just gonna find out who he is in the next decade or so. Some people think they already have an idea, right, Dev? Some people think they probably do. I know a gal that thinks she knows who it is right now, but She's a little kooky. Dev, welcome. Welcome from the Fertile Crescent area of the world. Speak of the devil. Oh, I didn't equate that. Dev is halfway there. I wasn't thinking that. Is Dev Devon? Okay. Three would be your final purchases. Listen, man. The only the only bottles that I really want right now, besides Comet, and this was even before Comet, was I want Bois Dominique. Am I getting that right? It's because there's other Bois d'Ars. There's other, like from Celine, there's a Bois d'Ar or something, but I think it's Bois Dominique, and it's Annick Bernardo, and it's the Bois d'Argent derivative, and it's from my favorite line in the whole world, the Art Material line. So it's that one, TKH, Comet. What else would I want? And I'm also saving because whatever Eugene comes out with next, I want to get at least one of them, the one I like the best, and support him. I appreciate the samples. I hope he doesn't need me to. He doesn't need to throw the bottles my way. The first one I bought was La Douleur Exquise, and I was proud to. I bought it right away to support him. Then the next one's come out, and I had less in the wallet by then, and I was happy with the samples. And then he just sent me the bottles in the mail one day. I was so surprised. So Bois Dominique and Comet. And then if you twisted my arm, I would like maybe Don's Paris from Celine, just one from Celine. But no, forget about Celine. One more Guerlain, that would be another. One of my favorite Guerlains and perfumes in the whole world is Chamade, right? Chamade Pour. I mean, that should be here. That's an X factor too, Chamade. And the other one is Lupin Dandy. So, yeah. The Voyou, I don't think I've ever smelled the Voyou. But so, in answer to TK's question, it would be Comet, Bois Dominique, and Lupin Dandy. Because I had a sample. A realist sent me a sample of that Galen, and I was like, holy shit, I like this one too. So I just want to get out of the purchasing game before I smell more things like Lupin Dandy, because I'm happy with Chamade Pour. It took like my Pour Monsieur appetite to the next level as a fragrance connoisseur. So I can do with 2 more backups of Chamade Pour. So, good question. So those are the 3. I like Don's Paris too. La Douleur Exquise, Rose de Jamal. Rose de Jamal. Yeah, I hear that name all the time. So, LDE is such a great one, you know. But to wear, I'm with Dev. I'd like to wear Belle Desandre is just not me yet. I mean, Polo is not me. And Jeffrey Bean, that stuff's not me. The dark green, like the green is so dark, it's not green, it's black. I said, this is black. No, it's green. It's green. And you look at it closely, and it's like, oh, okay, that's dark green. So, yeah, I like Belle, and people like Belle around me. Dev, I hope you're doing okay. And every time I see you, I think I got to get a haircut. But how are the Japanese ladies doing? There must be some Japanese ladies in in Israel, Cosmopolitan. But when Dev talks, though, you'll be surprised. You think it's Cosmopolitan there, and he says, no, we don't have that store. We don't have a Chanel boutique. So things are different. I love vanilla. I do love vanilla. I think girls shine vanilla more than guys, but I like vanilla. I like it. Anyway, trying to get someone from China, maybe somebody from Hong Kong or Malaysia, Singapore, and Mongolia. Mongolia. Anybody subscribe to the gal who lives in Upper Mongolia in the coldest city in the world? And she has a big YouTube channel. And, you know, they have to crack the ice and bring it in chunks and melt it over the stove to drink water. What's the coldest big in the world up there in Upper Mongolia? What's the name of that? I'll think of it. You know, what they got, there's a frozen stiff, right? They go to the weekend market, the fish market, and the fillets are sitting there on the string, and then they're frozen solid. The pipes are above the ground, raised, because constantly heated. What's the name of that city? Yakutsk. That's it. Minus 70. So, Yakutsk, and then the reindeer herders. And they've lived. Yakutska. Yeah, she's really cool. She's kind of westernized, but yeah, she has some sponsors, and she's got lots of millions of views and stuff like that. Very interesting. School, the little kids going to school, it's life-threatening, right? If the bus does not come in, if the bus takes more than 15 minutes to come in the middle, they got to go back because they could die. It doesn't matter how many, and their faces are exposed. So, Ulaanbaatar, you know, Dushan, interest in, I know about junior gold mining and that risky sector. So Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, Russia, was one of the biggest gold veins in the world. What do you call it? Not veins, I mean a bigger, you know, huge worldwide that runs through Mongolia up there. And I know a company that is run by a Canadian, and they've been building for years, and they're gonna be a mine soon. So yeah, I know that area. No, he likes fat Japanese women. You know, the heaviest Japanese people in the world are not in Japan. They're in my state here in America. They're in Hawaii because they're American, right? They eat more, even though their blood is Japanese. They might be on the big island of Hawaii, like Hilo, Hawaii, but even here in Honolulu, um, they could be here. But you know, in Japan, they're like the French. They don't eat that much, and they're thin. Ladies and gentlemen, what's your favorite pastry or your go-to pastry? Very good question. Every country makes a good pastry, and Japan makes great ones. Italy's got to be up there. Italian bakeries. Uh, Everybody has their favorite. Every country. There's no such thing as women sumo wrestlers. Minus 70, all frags will be frozen, and you'll have no fingers to spray. I don't know. Well, you guys are not designer collectors, and that's mostly alcohol. Higher oil content. A chocolate. Yeah. That was a good movie, Chocolat. Did you see that movie with Johnny Depp a long time ago? That wasn't a bad Johnny Depp movie. You guys scaring all the guys that, if you're new to this channel, it's they all know each other. But thank you for tuning in. If you are new to perfumes, think of your collection and try to think which ones are kind of special in terms of having an X factor. I brought this one out because it really does. This is different. This is good stuff. These two are obvious. All right. When you wear this, people's faces, men and women, it just melts, and they're just like in disbelief. It's like, I've never smelled something like that, and that's a Chanel. And then this is the amouage that before you leave this journey, you have to smell. This is from Budapest, and my friend, the contractor, he convinced the owner, it's not for sale. He said, please, how much is it? And he got it for me, and I said, how much is it, Shandor? And he said, he was a good customer of mine, and he gave it to me. He gifted it to me. So when you, back in like 2016 or before, in the Fragcom, this was, Opus 6 was talked about heavily from the library collection. And people who knew their shit just kept on, talking about this. Greggy Boy knows Opus 6, all the old timers. So it always stood in my mind. So it was a blind buy. This was a blind buy. And I didn't know too much about amouage. I think I got Reflection before that. But so that's the X factor. Even this. First of all, there's stuff in Sauvage that you can't explain. And Francois can explain. And all you knuckleheads that you think you know so much and that you put this down, you don't know what's in here. Women know what's in here. They can't articulate about it, or they can't verbalize, but they sense it. And then this one, it's in here, plus some licorice is extra. And it's not my favorite, but this turns more heads in disbelief than the first one. So I was selling some countertop material to a nice gal, a young gal, and her husband. And she was a leader, right? Like, she wore the pants. She was pretty. And he was a tall, skinny guy, and he was not your usual guy that I'm used to. Like she made all the decisions. And then before they left, she goes, oh, Bob, one more thing. What's that cologne you're wearing? And her face was like, she really needed to know. I go, oh, it's Dior, and make sure it's this one right here. I made her husband write this down, because they're going to get the wrong one, right? They're going to get, so I made sure to write down Eau de Perfume, and he wrote it down, and hopefully he got it for Christmas, and maybe, he got some extra action, that kind of thing. One more smart mark out of you, Dushan. And Dev is the moderator. I don't know how to make him that, but he is. He's going to kick you out. See the movie Chocolat? That's a pretty good one. All right, let me get back here. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. If I missed you and you don't know me, do that. Metsuko is another X Factor fragrance. How so? No, I don't doubt that. I don't know it as, but I bet it's true. I was thinking maybe how L'air Bleu is, Chocolatu. Pop-Tarts are X Factor. Pop-Tarts, when I was growing up, even before, Pop-Tarts were the go-to X Factor snack. I don't know how popular they are. I never ate that stuff out of the box too much. I've never had, even though I'm a junk food fanatic, I've never had a Hot Pocket ever in my life. I never had that. Besides frozen pizza, I've never had that, like, easy food or, like TV dinner. But I heard Hot Pockets. Pop-Tarts just too sweet for me. Oh, that's what it was. In college, in the fraternity, Pop-Tarts just, they would come in from the delivery, and then 3 days later, they'd be all gone. So the boys loved them. Take them to class, eat them for breakfast. You don't love Italian food more than me. You don't love Italian food more than me. As a New Yorker, no one loves Italian food and Chinese food more than New Yorkers. And then specifically, the Japanese, they like Italian food, but the Jews in New York, They knew the best everything, the best. Before anyone liked sushi, all right, that wasn't Japanese, right? New Yorkers, right? And no bigger fans of Italians than the Jewish population, in my opinion. I might as well be Jewish because I love Italian food and Chinese takeout. I love Broxton. So, so that's your second strike, Dushan. Okay, I like Broxton. Women love Broxton and that Sauvage. Yeah, Mr. Obvious. So I think Mitsuko is an X factor. I would just have to figure it out why. Spaced out, good to see you. Without even verbalizing that out, that's Edition Blanche, Chanel, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Edition. Oh, Extreme. Yeah, I like Extreme, just like I liked the original, but that's as far as it goes. I like it. It's good, and you can't go wrong with it. But I never got what Jeremy's putting it at the top connection, you know. And I would too, because it's a Chanel and it's quality. But like for instance, I would take hands down 2-to-1 Versace Signature or Versace what's it called, Versace blue stuff over Extreme. Um, 6 out of 10 times, and twice on Sunday. That juice, that's a good fragrance. The Versace and the bottle it comes amazing. Remember that stuff used to be on Fragrance Net? It used to be like for a tester with no cap, which kind of sucks, but 100 mil you can get for like $28 or something plus shipping. That's how crazy it was. And now it's probably like 80. So that prices would go up. And even before this, inflation like rocketed up to like ultra high inflation. You can just see it was creeping up bit by bit on Fragrance Net. And all you had to watch was stuff like Versace Pour Homme, the signature. And it wasn't this cheap price anymore. I mean, I bought like 5 of those and I give them away. I used a little bit, then I give more away. I gave a lot to my friend Rick at work just because I wanted to have him smell good and I wanted to smell stuff, but I didn't necessarily want to wear it every day. So I gave him a bunch of that. But now I'm without that bottle. AJ Brand, where are you from? How's the summer going? Thank you. Jonathan, hello. Jonathan, I saw your vid. I'll next relaxing moment, I will sit down and watch it. Good to see you. It's what are you doing up? Jonathan. Jonathan used to be a bartender. Raul, welcome. Saranjaran. What continent is everyone from? John Paul Gaultier, Ultramal. That could be an X factor. That I've never had reaction from that, but from what you got to talk to women about that one. But that one is kind of unique in its way, and I do love pear. I don't love it that much in terms of how strong it is in the Ultramal, but I have Ultramal, and I'm happy I have it. And I would wear little light sprays when I would go to like karaoke with people at work, and the room had really cold and it was air conditioned. So, Versace Blue Jeans is the best fragrance ever made. I've heard that very, very much good things about Blue Jeans. I never wore it. I don't know if I ever smelled it. I've seen it. So, Joy Amin would definitely agree with you, maybe. And I know Joyce and what he likes and doesn't like after all these years. So he loves Blue Jeans. Good shout. Dev, what time is it by you? Let's see. Yeah, in the Middle East, it's probably 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, Ultramel. That was good to say that. Jonathan, we're talking about other than trying to get people in from Russia, and I did have someone from St. Petersburg. I was just thinking about X Factor perfumes. And the biggest one that I have is my Opus 6. But Coromandel is definitely an X factor. Like Tuscan leather. Oh, I got something for John. I sniffed Tom Ford Tuscan leather yesterday, and I sprayed it on a card. I was in Bloomingdale's asking about Comet. John is still here. So I sprayed Tuscan leather, not expecting much, right? Because I sniff their niche line when it's in front of me, and and I saw the bitter peach, and I have your like Yucawam still. This didn't smell bad. The present day Tuscan leather smelled great, and it had that big cocaine note that I recognize, just like La Yucawam does. So, and then in the dry down, I couldn't tell you which one is which. I mean, I'm just being honest. The Tom Ford smelled a little more dark. The La Yucawam smelled fresher. The Tom Ford smelled deeper and a little bit more spicier. But which one smelled more berry or raspberry, I couldn't tell you. And then the cocaine, and then the leather smelled great in both of them. So maybe this is not as bad, it probably has been reformulated like crazy, but it smelled great. I smelled Tuscan leather like eight years ago, but I can't remember exactly. So if you want to buy the Tom, I bet it's better than people are giving it. And if you want to spend a lot less money, then go for the Risasi. Well, you go. So that was I was pleasantly surprised. The Tuscan leather smelled great, but I'm not a Tuscan leather connoisseur, and maybe the thicker stuff and the vintage stuff would blow my mind even more. So, but I was happy with that. Mr. Pizio, Mr. Pizzo, Don Dominique, hello. One that gets in a glass Christmas tree. Mine is the one that's in a glass Christmas tree. Is that the bottle? Welcome. Where are you calling in from? Let us know. Let us know. Raul, Eros definitely has some kind of X factor in there that puts women in a trance. I've never worn. What do you think of Chanel 1957? I do not. I don't like 1957 anymore. It's just, it's just too much musk layered on top of each other. Maybe too stringent. I liked it a little, and I even thought about getting a bottle when it came out. So I like it a little bit. I don't dislike it, but sausage. Yeah, that's what I had for breakfast. That's what I had. The Chanel girl at Bloomingdale's had no idea the allure that's coming out. She did say that, well, there's no girls watching here, but she did say that Chanel is coming out in this year a new Gabrielle, so a third Gabrielle. And she had no idea about Comet, but if she can get Comet for me, I can get and use my Bloomingdale's points. Aj, that is not true. John has a great voice. John has a, thank you very much, though, for listening. Aj, where are you listening from? East Asia, Eurasia, or Oceania? I bet it. Is it a fraud? I mean, only us Chanel nerds are going to be disappointed, but Rich said, the latest I heard was the other day, that it's confirmed. Mugler, pure malt. I think that's a true statement. I don't love the Amen series, but I do have pure malt, and there's something in there. It's that tar. I just would like to be in some regular seasonal weather and wear it out to the pubs on cold nights. So I do love my OG bottle of pure malt Rebel. Good shout. Shurindran. Shurindran-san. That's Russia. Or no, that's the old USSR. Kazakhstan is not Russia, right? Russia's huge. No, yeah, we attract some new viewers, and they can find out how how much snobs there are in Europe and the U.S. and they can learn about new fragrances, and maybe they could try Eugene's samples and shit like that. We got to grow because things are getting kind of skinny. So, not a fan of hero ingredient leather. I don't need strong leather. I like it accompanied, but and if you're wearing a leather jacket, you don't need to be spraying that stuff. But ombre leather and Tuscan leather, it's cool. It's definitely it's masculine stuff, and I do like it I do like it in Fahrenheit, and I do like it in this, and I like it even in my CH Privé. Is a little leather in there, or is booze? But someone brought up 1740. Babush brought up 1740 before. I don't like 1740, but that's a good leather. So, but yeah, Dev, I don't think leather is high. Knowing you a little bit, I don't think it's up there for you. Ultramel, that was a good comment. I recently bought Gianni Versace EDT from 1981. That was marketed towards women. What a great floral chypre. I think I like Tuscan leather more than ombre leather, but ombre leather is hard to not like. Yeah, so there's the big difference, right? Yeah, I like that raspberry jammy in there. So ombre leather 16 is always a win for me when I wear it. I don't think I don't see how you can go wrong wearing something like ombre leather. So, I mean, if you like a lot of amouages, especially if you spray too much, that's kind of over the top. Yeah, I like my Millie Laforet better than 1957. And you know me, I think I like things a little sweet, and I don't know. Audrey Jane has the best voice in Fred Crum. Fred Crum. Audrey Jane is supposed to do a video like 3 years ago because I had to do a video because I was tagged by Eugene, and I did it, and I was proud to do it. And I tagged Audrey Jane, and then she was too busy, and then later made some excuses about starting a family, so she hasn't done it. Pulling 19 people, 430, not bad. Ha! I was just cleaning my desk as usual, and I'm trying this new light that I just plugged in, and all it is a regular lamp. So I know things are dark here at night. So TDK says, do you still have that giant decanter of Millie? Yes, I do. And I was talking to Brandon today, kind of for the first time, and I was asking him how much, if he had 31 Rue Cambon EDT, and I would trade, because he was talking about, he's a big Chanel lover, Brandon, and he has never sniffed Tiffany for Men, which I'm a big fan of. So I want to get him a little sample of that so he sniffs it. And I said I'd trade him, if you have some EDT, Rue Cambon, I would definitely be curious as to discern both of them and make an honest, between. And he just said that he didn't have that much, and he wanted to send me some Nahima, which I never smelled either. So I'm going to send him some Millie. And he mentioned that Green Montan too. Excuse me. Raul says he's a GP. Raul, I have Superman, and I haven't sprayed in a while, but it's a good mint fragrance. It's a fun fragrance. I don't have Popeye, but I have Superman, and I'm, you know, those are gonna be collector's items. Yeah, definitely. But the last time I wore that, I got into the elevator, and this super here, she's a gal, real nice gal too, really pretty, knows how to do everything. She goes, "Wow, you smell nice," and she never said. I see her all the time, and she never says anything else. I'm gonna get a cough drop. Sauvage EDP is X Factor. I'll be right back. The Tuscan leather didn't smell watered down at all. I was surprised. Hey, Ben. Lisan. We got two in here from the great state of Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee, right? Tennessee Lights Out. Tennessee Valley Authority. Don't screw with those guys. They'll run you over in their cars, and they're not even trucks. All joking aside, I have sausage EDT, and I rock that once in a while. John, you should delete that comment because you'll be attacked till no end. Love. The EDT is my favorite, and I've worn it a couple times in the past couple weeks, and I can talk about it for an hour. It's so great. It's the pepper on top and the bergamot. I mean, a great pepper, and then the sweet and Ambroxan dry down. It's nothing like Blue de Chanel. It's nothing like it. Blue fragrances. Sauvage is, it's awesome. American Pie Lights Out. That is the EDP. And I've smelled the EDT because of John. And I've done some write-ups about that. And that was just, it was just real fun. Those of you know me that I like to do that. And 31 Rue Cambon EDT, I would definitely have fun with that, a sample of that, because, I really got offended or affected when I started wanting to finally get the Les Exclusives like 5 years ago. And then, and then I used to watch Super Dacup all the time, and he just shat on everything, So it delayed my purchases of some Les Exclusives. And, it doesn't put you in a good mindset. And I remember I was conversing with Eugene. I was at the beach, and he goes, "Don't pay any attention to him or anybody saying that stuff. Just do what you want." And I'm glad I did. So the differences in the Coromandel EDT and EDP are there. But to criticize one compared to the other, I think they both have strong points. And but you're gonna expect differences in it between a toilette and a parfum. So it's just a it's opinion. But the one now, I get more iris. I think so. The biggest conclusion I got was on this one. I get more iris. And then on the EDT, the patchouli. If you're a patchouli hound, was more earthier and maybe definitely more pronounced at the top. I think this channel has become very generic. I think. Wait a minute. Are you saying? No, I think Chanel has become very generic. I think a lot of people think that, Rahul. So, but they have the exclusive line that that saves and will always be a flagship of Chanel in terms of great perfumery, just like their classics like Coco and Number Five. I mean, whatever they come out, if their latest releases are, it's just a reflection on us, not the company. They'll always have Coco and um, Number Five and Coco Noir, all that stuff. It's all there, and those are great. I mean, Coco EDP, I can't think of a better perfume for a woman to wear. So, hello, Richard. Mr. Richard Hutchinson from the States. Francais, may I inquire about your personal favorite fragrance? This is one of them. Another one would be Guerlain Tonka Imperial. Another one would be Guerlain Chamade Pour Homme. I mean, I would grab if I, was going to prison and I only could have, yeah, Dior Homme Intense would be one of them. Yeah, Ombre Nui, stuff like that. Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks, Rich. American Pie lets out. Tennessee Volunteer. Yeah, the Blue de Chanel is people like it, people love it, but most people in the in our snobby club here on the internet, could leave it. I like it, but then again, I go over to the EDT, and I love it. EDP, a strong like, or between a like and a strong like, but the EDT, because it's the original, I love it. So Richard, yes, I would say Tonka Imperial, Chamade, Coromandel, and some Dior's. But if you had to rate my entire life, Chanel Pour Monsieur would probably be number one. And the EDP of that too. Yeah, and then the EDT Concentré. You felt like the EDT was more opulent. If you're talking about Coromandel, I would. Well, I don't know if I'm getting you exactly, but I would have to side on the my EDP as a more opulent. But I'd have to think that over. I consulted with Rudy before purchasing Dior More. Don't consult him if you want to buy a Dior Houndstooth special edition, because he'll tell you to get it. He just loves that Houndstooth stuff. Yeah, he knows about the Dior More. I think John might have gotten recently a Dior More. Not sure if you got your nose on. I've smelled Dior More, I think, but I don't remember it. I smelled it at the Chinese perfume shop. Yeah, John, when you get a chance, you should get a good. I would recommend you get a good decant of the EDP, and then you'd be one of the few guys that have a good amount of both. I can't think of more than 2, 3 people that have the EDT and the EDP. Dropout. I think he's talking about the Allure and then Blue de Chanel line in terms of Chanel. So, but Chanel is the reason why I love designers the most. Germs, nothing's going to beat you wearing 19 this coming weekend. I think it's going to be past 100, like in Medford, Oregon. It's going to be past 110. And there's no way in history, I don't know how far, is Medford on the coast? But I saw the Weather Channel today, and they were shooting 111 degree numbers for July 4th in Oregon. LA on the coast is going to be like 80 degrees, but you go inland to the valley and stuff, and towards the vacation areas and the high desert, it's going to be like 110, and then up to Oregon, it's going to be blasting past 100. I don't think Oregon ever gets there, so. So you wear that this weekend. Maybe if you're not getting 110, you're going to be definitely in the high 90s, I think, depending on how what your altitude is. De La Soul, good to see you. Welcome. I think I might have smelled that Michael Jordan 23 cologne. That stuff's good. He's not going to make something bad, but I can't give you on which one or which clone to get on that. But I kind of know what you're talking about. He wasn't going to put his name on something that smelled bad. Somebody can help Mr. Soul out with that. But I did know that Michael's his signature, right, was Creed Himalaya. Creed Himalaya. If you didn't know. So Shimon Porom is a, even though I probably don't need it, it would be a bottle. If I went back into backup craziness, I would get Shimon Porom. Have a bottle of Bois Dominique or a sealed in the box backup of Shimon Porom. See, that's how nuts I am. Of course, pick the one you don't have, but if I was like 20 years younger, I'm nuts. I might go for the backup. See? Right? So when you wear Dior Homme Intense or even the Perfume, it's the powder that saves you. So it's the powder. So it won't wash off either. If you wear a quote unquote summer perfume or something light and citrus, it's not going to be there 20 minutes from now because you're going to sweat. And go ask our friend Sean that lives in Bangkok. You got to wear something strong that's going to stay, or you got to wear something very powdery because powder is the natural defense against heat and humidity. Remember, you used to blow powder all over our bodies. Our fathers used to do that. Either it was talcum powder or it was some kind of designer powder or it was Johnson's baby powder. So it's because of the powder. And I said that all in my Dior Homme Intense words. It works. American Pie lights out. See, he's got to go to bed and work like a maniac tomorrow, but he compliments me by being here. I remember when I first smelt it, I dealt it. Blue de Chanel, I thought, man, hopefully one day I'll be man enough to wear it. Blue de Chanel EDP, the second one. I think they could have like stopped making the EDT, and the EDP looked like a finished product to me. It looked more like a finished product, and that should have been it, because that is the better one, unless you want more freshness, a little more freshness, and maybe more throw in the beginning. Then in the last one, that's just an addition. It smells great, maybe coming off a mature man on the skin, but the EDP is the one to have. Arul says there's an Indian brand skin in their raw perfume, as in naked. It's really good, patchouli based, but very different from Aqua di Gio. It's an Indian brand skin. So by Indian, you mean India, as in the subcontinent, okay? Back in the, so another X Factor perfume would definitely be something like Paco Rabanne, Pour Homme, right? 40 years ago. And then right when it came out, Aqua di Gio was definitely an X Factor, because people heard about the reaction they got from this. And not only does it smell great, and you want to, you have to splurge the extra money to get a bottle of this, because it kind of makes girls crazy. Yeah, I mean, I've heard this from workmates. Like, oh yeah, I know Aqua di Gio, and I would clone. He goes, yep, that's a clone of Aqua di Gio. He goes, how do you know Aqua di Gio? We all had to get this when we were like younger, because you know why. I don't have Blue de Chanel or Lamal in the collection. Rich Mitch is getting in an OG Lamal, and all he would do is make fun of the stuff. And but I put up my Enchante bottle of Lamal on his website, on Rich's what do you call it? His dissertation, his and I said, let me know what yours looks like on the bottom. So he's getting a Lamal in. I like the Lamal dry down, and when I wore my original bottle of Lamal, I think it was like 2003, and I didn't buy it in the can. What I would do is I'd go to Macy's during the holidays and buy the box sets that come with two extra things. So I came with the same shape bottle, aftershave, and so on. So I thought it was weird and different, because all I was wearing Chanel Per Monsieur. I was wearing some other stuff, and I wasn't used to the mint. I like the powderiness of it, but when I wore it and I went out to like parties and stuff, people loved it, and I barely liked it. But I killed the bottle, and that was in the early 2000s. I told you. How dry can Oregon get? And it's freaking rainforest. MJ frags are good, but don't last very long, unfortunately. Michael Jordan frags. Maybe too much alcohol. So there you go. Space Now Coromandel in summer is great. Summer nights. I heard you say that before. Yeah, it goes. It goes good with sweat. Yeah, this is my X Factor perfume. This is my #1 X Factor perfume. And you guys seek this out. I mean, you Amouage guys, seek this out, because I don't know how it's the OG guys on Fredcom. They weren't lying. They knew that stuff's the best. Is that you, Martin? Wait a minute. Oh, Bulgaria. Yes. Is that East Asia? Oh, I mean, is that Eurasia, or is it just considered straightforward Europe? Welcome. It's the EDP. It's the EDP, and we're talking about it. I smelled the EDT recently because Jonathan sent me a sample, and I was privileged to smell it. I used to smell it all the time when I started in 2016. I would go into Chanel, but I would never buy one because I wasn't ready to buy the high-end. Well, maybe time. So I didn't, but I always smelled the whole line. But I can't. You can't remember. Put it in your way in your brain and smell the differences. And they changed over shortly after that, 2016, 17. They changed everything to EDP. Wear the Blue de Chanel Perfume in the heat. It's better even though it's supposedly for colder weather. I know you have it. I sold mine, but I liked it in the heat. What's the fruit in the Blue de Chanel Perfume? I believe that's pineapple. So it's fruity. Ah, that's how you say his name, Martin, from Bulgaria. How many miles from Bulgaria is Belgrade? You can make fun of all the Lamel all you want, but the numbers don't lie. Space, not too much on that stuff. You'll get accosted like I have been accosted for the last 8 years. You know, believe me, Lamel's a good fragrance. It's a good fragrance. I like it more now than I did when it came out, or in the early turn of the century, because I was Joe. Perfume to me was Chanel Pour Monsieur, and everything had to smell like that. And then Burberry Brit, and then after that, oh yeah, during that time, Carolina Herrera for Men. Herrera for Men was my signature, and I like stuff like that. All right, silicone women are not my favorite. Plastic Lamales. You've never even smelled Dushan. I would guess that you've never even smelled Lamal. Opus 5 with the great Opus. I shall try. The Iris one. Mr. De La Soul or Miss De La Soul. What do you think of about oud? I'd like it a little bit at most. I like hints of it, like I like oud as in like a dark burnt wood. But in terms of, I don't like it as when it's used more than mildly. So, but I understand why it's used. Oud can be dry, and then we think of it in the West as, oh, you wear that stuff in the winter. Well, you think it gets that cold during the daytime in the Sahara Desert in the Middle East? No, they're wearing oud. It's a good fragrance to. I think they used it from the dry point of view, but I don't like the night, and I don't like the Desert Gems from Frederick Mall, that kind of oud. But I can probably tell you an oud that I have that's just supposedly has oud, and I like it. And I can't think of one right now coming to mind, but I like it a little bit at best. Yeah, I was thinking of Quircanage as an X factor, but Quircanage is, if for us it's an X factor, but for normies who don't know anything about fine perfumery, I don't think they're gonna. The dry down though is wonderful, so I definitely agree with Quircanage, definitely in there. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how what do you call it? Friendly it is. Quircanage. I was going to say this in if I finally make a Le Leon review. Le Leon, this, and Quircanage are in the same reach wheelhouse. It's not a casual reach. It's when you want something aggressive. So Quircanage, Opus 6, and Le Leon. Le Leon. You spray it for intent. It's an aggressive wear, and almost to the point where you don't want to smell it anymore after it's been a day or a day and a half, and almost like it's work to wear it. So, yeah, Quircanage is for a lot of you guys, it's not challenging, but for the normie nose, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and then maybe all throughout too. But it's a great one. I love it. Well, you would have to look on the in regards to the Dior formulation. You have to just stick to what Rudy says about the formulation number in the code, because that's like cut and dry. right? The formulation code, and you have the same perfume, but they're different numbers and letters. So something changed. And then I think, because I've smelled right when they changed over, I've smelled Gris, Dior, and Bois d'Argent, but they have the new cap. They have the new CD logo. I think they used what they had and maybe mixed up the new caps with the old juice. I theorize that with my Bois d'Argent because I've worn Bois d'Argent minis from 2016, at least two of them, more than two of them. Then I finally got it in like 2019 or so. And it was the new cap, and it smelled just the same. It was a beast. I mean, Bois d'Argent, it goes in and out to people's noses, but it's strong. It's there. And sometimes people can't smell it, but they don't know that it's still there. So, but that is a pretty concrete divider, is when they changed the caps. Again, when they change the formula, when they reformulate, then they change the bottle. They do different things. Maybe legally they have to do that. I don't know. But the truth goes into the formula on the outside of the box. And if those numbers are the same, just like in the new 100 ml Dior Homme Parfum as 75, it still has the same formula number. But they give you 25 more mil. So that's a rare case that something actually is good, because you think we're getting ripped off at every turn. So, but maybe, I don't know about 2023 Dior Homme Parfum 100 mil, but I suspect it's still the same. And I have the other one. I have the 100 mil, and I've even cracked it open just to test. And you definitely should not hesitate to get it. So, getting late for you guys. So, Deshaun, you said like you're gonna go on vacation or go hiking, and then you're still here making fun of all the Sauvages and the Lamals. You've never even tasted Lamal. Parfums de Marly anymore. I do like Layton's Dry Down, but I don't like Layton. I liked it a little bit, but then when that came out, I had samples of the other popular ones, the Pegasus, which is kind of a copy, and the other one, was it the leather one? Was it Herod? Herod? Was it? I would say Herod would add a Pegasus, and the one I have is the one. But then all the other ones, I mean, all the 25 other ones that came out, I have no opinion on. And now Parfums de Marly's even in Bloomingdale's, and they look so cheap, and even the bottles look different. So right now, I think for your high schooler, I saw like a pack of 4 kids, high school age, and they were sniffing in Bloomingdale's, and the girls were hardly helping them, or they weren't selling anything, but they knew Parfums de Marly. So I think it's like it was hyped for the normie guys that like to cruise girls and stuff. I thought about that. I don't know if Bois d'Argent is an X factor. Maybe for a woman. See, I can't tell about an X factor for the gals' perfumes because I'm kind of speaking from my own experience. You never tasted Lamal once. You should wear a Lamal to your bar, a Espada bar. Patchouli 24, Rosemary 1 still in reform. I would buy them ASAP. The stuff is super, no joke. Yeah, I had a sample of Patchouli 24 because Pradeep is very high on it, and it's the only one in the whole line that he's high on. If you know Pradeep. Good night, Jonathan. Good night, Jonathan. Sleep well. And yeah, I gotta get some sleep too. Excuse me for that coughing before. But De La Soul, thank you for coming in. And who knows? Maybe you just saw this on the stream thing, and you saw like something that had to do with fragrance or perfume, and you clicked on it. Thanks a lot. How does a person become an expert in cologne knowledge? Easy. All right. So you don't even have to say expert. Just De La Soul. See Jonathan 1970. Subscribe to his channel. I have a bunch of videos. Okay. Just go wherever Dushan goes. These guys in here, ask these guys questions. So kind of follow the fragrance community. So just Google or YouTube the fragrance community, YouTube fragrance community, and definitely, and then following, follow and find out what you like. Do you like the niche stuff or the designers of old, designers of very old vintage, and kind of be aware of what you're wearing and kind of think about it, and kind of discern what you like and don't like. But yeah, I would say so. Read stuff online from Fragrantica. So go look on Fragrantica, put your stuff on there, and read reviews, and look on YouTube. And there's lots of YouTube channels. So if you have any specific questions, just send me a message on one of my videos, and I'll be more specific. So very good. And it's all over the world too. And when I stream here, everyone's sleeping in America, except guys in Tennessee. Louis Vuitton Imagination is the new kid on the hype block. I don't like anything from Louis Vuitton, and I've smelled those things from even 10 years ago, or 7 years ago. Yeah, just follow the YouTube community, or if you have a specific question, just any one of my vids, and just look it up, and I'll get back to you real quick. I'm going to the bar right now. I thought you were on vacation, the Vespa bar. All right, so he's going to go to the bar. We're going to close it out. I just wanted to test this light out here. Mr. Ben Lee. Know anyone who has any meats that they want to get rid of? Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Who has meats? Me, Rudy, Eugene. So if you need to smell it, just let me know. I need some pizza. But get rid of. I don't think I've ever seen pizza in a 125 bottle, by the way. I've only seen pizza like through the reviews and stuff with the 250 bottle. That'd be a hard one to get, and all the prices are up. So pizza's a great one. It really is a good one, and it's got incense in there. And I've smelled the Surge, which is great. The Surge is more spicier, but I like pizza better. Germs will have something to say about my opinion. So will John. So will Fosco and Taffy. But I like the Dior. I can send you some pizza, yeah. Do you have Lupin Dandy? What did you get off of, did you buy bottles off of Christo? Let me know if you have Lupin Dandy or Lupin Voyou, Ben. So. No, most people think the Surge is better. So. XX3, hello. Valentino Uomo, Born in Roma Intense. That's a good one. All those Valentinos are pretty good. That's pretty good. I like Mitza, but Amber Absolute is my grail. Now, we're not talking about an Amber Absolute. We're talking about Ambre Sultan. If I lived in if I lived in New York, in colder places, if I lived back in Wyoming, I'd have Tom Fords, even though they're not my personality. Just, just to have the old ones I would have had 8 years ago. Um, so, all right, that'll do it. We have obtained our goal. We got somebody from St. Petersburg. They're not from China though. So, but think about which one in your vast collections, and you guys have hundreds, and some of you have thousands. Which ones are X factors? You know, something that you just can't put your thumb on, but it's just you know, it stands in a different category. So Coromandel's like it. And we'll be back tomorrow night because we do an upload every day. We'll take that back. I'll have some samples of OU, but it's been years since I smelled dandy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having another one or two of those Guerlains with the wooden sides. I think that's a great line, La Parisiennes. So, but it's great to see American Pie Lights out. Usually when you see him, he's the filth that's coming out of his mouth. But with me here, he's just a calm young man. Regards to the missus, Ben, and the 350 Ford V8. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. Dusan, good night, germs. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Drop out. Be well. Get out there and do some grounding. Touch your feet. Touch trees and leaves. Let the electrons flow into your body to take the positive charge out of your body. And yeah, I'm telling you, inflammation is the enemy of all of us. And we'll talk to everyone tomorrow. Thank you very much. All right, success with this light. Success. Thanks. Have a great day, and have a great holiday week, if that pertains to you. See ya.